US President Trump has said that he will be meeting both the Indian and the Pakistan Prime Ministers soon. Trump maintained that the tensions between the two countries have reduced. The US President will be meeting PM Modi in Houston on September 22nd, where they will be addressing the Howdy Modi event. He has not mentioned where he will be meeting the Pakistani Prime Minister. Trump is likely to meet Imran Khan on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly session in New Delhi, in fact New York, later this month.
So I'll see Prime Minister Modi, and I will be meeting with India and Pakistan, and I think a lot of progress has been made there, a lot of progress.
This comes weeks after Trump offered to mediate the Kashmir issue between India and Pakistan. Tensions between the two countries have been on the rise since India abrogated Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir. Pakistan has been trying to internationalize the issue, but India has maintained that the abrogation is its internal matter. PM Modi has made it very clear to the US that it does not want any third-party intervention. Well, in other news, US President Trump has now ruled out his visit to North Korea, saying that he is not ready for that yet. Trump has also declined to say whether Kim Jong-un invited him to meet in his most recent letter. Trump's statement came after reports said that Kim Jong-un had invited US President to Pyongyang in a letter sent in August. Trump also added that he was not ready to visit North Korea yet. The US President's remarks came during a press conference at the White House. Listen into what he had to say.
I don't want to comment on that. Okay. The relationship is very good, but I don't want to comment on that. Would you be willing to go? I just don't think it's appropriate for me to comment.
Would you be willing to go to North Korea?
Probably not. I don't think it's ready. I don't think we're ready for that. I would do it sometime, at a later future. And depending on what happens, I'm sure he'll love coming to the United States also. But no, I don't think it's ready for that. I think we have a ways to go yet.
The letter was the second that Trump received from the North Korean leader in the third week of August, amid stalled nuclear talks between the two countries. The second letter, Kim Jong-un spoke about his willingness to meet Trump for another summit. But the letter predates North Korea's latest launch of short-range projectiles a week ago. The missile test came hours after North Korea had expressed willingness to restart talks with the U.S. The pair last met at the demilitarized zone between the two Koreas in June. This was followed by the agreement to restart stalled negotiations between the two countries. Well, let's shift our focus to Hong Kong now, where a pro-democracy Hong Kong legislator has called on the UN human rights body to investigate what she said were brutal crackdowns and police brutality against demonstrators. Tanya Chan, a member of Hong Kong's Legislative Council, a lawyer and co-founder of the Civic Party, told the world body how the situation of human rights in Hong Kong has become worse since the protest erupted in June.
Mr. President, I'm Tanya Chen speaking as a Hong Kong legislator, activist and lawyer. Hong Kong on the verge of a humanitarian crisis as police brutality against supporters of the democratic movement escalates. Arrested protesters face physical abuse and humiliation by the police. Why is China sitting here as a member of this Human Rights Council? Thank you.
China's diplomatic mission wrote to the UN in Geneva over the weekend, urging it to deny Chang accreditation for the event. Now, China even termed Chan a convicted criminal, referring to her jail sentence of 8 months for public nuisance offences, which was suspended for 2 years over her involvement in the 2014 Umbrella Movement protest. The pro-democracy protest in Hong Kong, which had been going on for the last 100 days, started out as an agitation against the contentious extradition bill, which would have allowed people to be sent to mainland China for trial. Protests have since then broadened into calls for greater democracy and police accountability.